A warm namaste and a big hello to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. In this channeling session, I would be talking about the energies that are popping out the most today in the collective. As I can sense in the collective, there are strong energies of people who got activated in 2018, 2020 and also 2016. There are people who have been on this path for a good number of years, and by now they have actually started understanding the truth of twin flame world. They are no longer stuck with the concepts of masculine and feminine and its separation. Even though they acknowledge and accept the feminine and masculine aspect of our energy, but they don't see them as separate energies. And they have started experiencing the phase of blended energies. And the divine masculine and divine feminine collective, the merging is happening right now. While the merging is happening, they are also going through a type of a dance between the two souls where they are having similar challenges and they are mirroring similar problems in their perspectives and in their respective areas of life. There are certain challenges that have taken residence in their hearts, and this is how they feel. And number one is the fear of aging, which actually never really dies. In some form or the other, it always troubles people. The weight of societal expectations and their own struggle of aligning with the inner compass. With whatever there are in the external society, there are certain norms. There are certain expectations that the society has from them. These two energies, these two opposing energies, which have started to realize that they are actually the same aspect of one another, the yin and yang is coming in balance. They are going through the pressure of not being up to the mark by not doing what everyone else is doing around them. When they look at people of their age bracket, they feel that everyone is doing something, because with time, certain expectations even in the society has changed. There was a time when in their parents' era, when their parents were young, people had to get married by the time they are in their early 20s or max by mid-20s, not even late 20s. Late 20s is very late at that time. Late 20s was the time when people were getting married very late. But now in today's world, late 20s is the time when people are usually getting married. Some are getting married a bit early, but most people want to first study, get a job, get settled down, understand a bit about life, and then look for the right person. Though it may be different for different people, but I'm talking about those who are more mature and they are on the spiritual path. However, now that the bracket has moved ahead, there are still people who are even later than that, which means that they have crossed their 30s or 40s, or some were pressured by divorce, and then there's another pressure of getting remarried again. Some have children, so I can sense that there is a pressure in their life also to look for a loving father or a mother for the children. So there's a lot going on everywhere. I can sense it. But I also feel that this fear of aging, especially, and not being up to the mark, not being able to do what the whole world is doing, it could be because of financial challenges. Because in the world of spirituality, money is considered to be a problem. Having too much money, too much wealth, going crazy for money, and giving more importance to money than the spiritual practices or volunteering services. So volunteering is not necessarily you have joined an organization or you've joined an NGO and you're volunteering. A lot of the people have taken up responsibilities by nature. They are like that. Organically they are like that. So they have the responsibility of those people also, those beings also. And they obviously have the expectations from family. There are expectations from society, And family is obviously reflecting that to them, mirroring that to them, that look, you are not even doing this, you are at this age now, you are still not up to the mark. Look at your siblings, look at other people, look at your brother or sister or cousins or your neighbors or whosoever it is. Because till one point they could say, they could make the excuse that everybody is delayed these days. Everybody is getting married late, or everybody is settling down late, or everybody is doing certain things, people have their loans to pay. I'm not the only special character, okay? But now you are actually going into a different path than those people also. And believe it or not, this was happening with you when you were in your teens. This happened even when you were in your 20s. This happened even when you were in your late 20s or early 30s or mid 30s or 40s, because every age bracket has an expectation. Every age bracket has a certain income that some people are getting compared with. So both divine masculine and divine feminine, and even people in blended energies. People in blended energies are worried because of mission work. They are worried for resources. Their worry is different now. But even they in their hearts sometimes feel that I wish I could meet someone, or I could be with someone who was just like me. Or I wish, for some people, because they have an ex person in their mind, a specific person, they feel that I wish that person was able to understand and be more like me and have the same compassion, have the same spiritual inclination, or have the same kind of understanding about life, about bad habits, addictions, how to release addiction, how to release fears, how to not be in lust. I wish, interestingly, for some people who are in relationships, who are in marriages, who are stuck in karmic marriages according to them, and they feel the burden of the marriage as well, they feel like they have to deal with so much, or those who are divorced and maybe dating some other people now who also have similar problem going on. So there is a lot of trust problem, there is a lot of trust problem, not just with the person they are involved with, but in general they are facing trust with the source, with the path. Like, am I even doing the right thing? But if they want to, even if they want to do something which is very extreme, which is very drastic, which is totally against who they are not able to do it. There was a time when they could, like there was a time, for example, you have not had alcohol for 3 years, and one day you get sick of everything, you get sick of everybody's expectations, you get sick of being nice, so you say to hell with it, and you call up some friends who are of this nature, who drink and who enjoy time doing these activities. You call that person up, you say, okay, let's go for a party today. Today I'm going to get drunk, today I'm going to do this, or today I'm going to do that. And you do it, okay? You do it, and after that you feel very bad. After that, things happen in such a way, things progress in such a way that you feel that, I should not have done it. So the guilt and the baggage and the shame and feeling like, it was a weak moment that overtook you, it lasts for some time, maybe for weeks it lasts. And then you decide that you'll never do it again. And then maybe 3 years go by, 3 more years go by, or 2 more years go by, and you don't involve in any such activity. And then suddenly there is some other addiction that pops up, which is slightly less than, getting drunk. Maybe it is the addiction of talking to an ex, or maybe it's a love addiction that pops up, and you get in touch with someone who was there in your life, and you have some kind of a romantic conversation, you have some commitments, or in some cases you even end up meeting that person. Things happen, okay? And again you're back to feeling like, why did I do this? I should not have done it. These are all karmic activities, and it drains you further. Then it takes some time to get up. So get up and then get into the same zone again, and then realize that yes, I should not be making these mistakes. So now I think over and over, some of you have tried it out. Like maybe it was food addiction for some people, maybe it was lust, maybe it was some kind of drug, maybe it was some alcohol, maybe it was just gossiping with some people, like connecting with some people who have this type of desperate nature. Every time you hang with them, you have a good time for an hour or two, but then you feel like you can see through everybody's souls, and you can see how depressed they are and how sad they are and how unfulfilled they are, and you feel like, oh my god, my life is so much better than these people. I am not in their trap, because as soon as they shed all of their accomplishments and the weight of their achievements, after an hour or two they cannot act in front of you. Maybe they can act for some time, but they cannot act for that long. Then they start telling you how sad they are, how low they feel, and then you sense that they are really jealous of you. They're all very envious of you, and they want to be like you. They are looking at your freedom, they're looking at your achievements, and they are like, you know what, I want to be like you. But they don't know that to be in your place, you have sacrificed all the things that they have, and now they're willing to even sacrifice those things. So I can give you lots and lots of examples, but that would be much better suited in personal sessions. Some of these personal examples actually are perfect because a lot of people are currently stuck in those patterns, which I have also faced during my ascension journey. And anyone who feels they need a little bit of hand holding, or they need to work on themselves, because we are all flawed, and I think half of the pain actually comes when we feel that yes, I have done it, I am now ascended and I have completed my ascension journey, and then the expectations start, because the problems never die. There are new levels and there are new devils. It's an endless process actually. So how to get out of this process, that is the actual work. How to get out of these loops. So you guys can work with me one-on-one, customized way, and please check out the description box for that. All of the information is over there. So the masculine and the feminine both are feeling that it's actually natural for the world around them to cast all of the negative shadows on their basic understanding of the sense of self, because they're still working. It's not like their sense of self is 100% complete. So while they are traveling in the unique path, on this path that the souls have chosen, many people would say to you that you have chosen this path, but you know very well that the path has chosen you. You didn't know what's going to happen if you're so compassionate, so kind-hearted, so loving. And sometimes you do feel like, I wish I was not like this. I wish I could also be like the other people. But when you try to be like the other people, it is even worse for you. So that doesn't work. So there are pressures of conformation, not confirmation, conforming to fit into the molds that society has cast. And it is becoming a bit overwhelming for both these collectives who are in polarized energies, as well as those who are in merging energies, because those who are in merged energies, whenever they feel there's a problem and they're not able to cope up with it, number one thing that happens to them is doubt on their masters, the journey, the path, and source itself. They feel that source is not holding their hands. If source was, then why would they be facing this challenge or this problem? And they have to get back into that zone where they realize fully that actually that problem is just an illusion and it's a part of the test or the lesson they are about to achieve. So yes, the societal pressure, age pressure, or just some standard expectations of financial achievements, it's all bugging them a lot. And you both want to be invited to remember who you are, to that feeling. You both want to go beyond the constraints of time, beyond the confines of the societal norms. You both want to remember that you're divine beings. You both want to remember your gifts, your unique talents, your perspectives, and most importantly, the path that you're on. And you cannot be defined by the boxes that other people are trying to place you in. You cannot be confined by the expectations of the society every now and then. Like, yes, this is happening now and then only, but this runner chaser dynamic feels like a loop, because this is not an outside runner chaser dynamic. Now this is an internal runner chaser dynamic that you feel. And where are you running and what are you chasing? It's a conflict between your souls, and whether you should be into the external illusion or you should stick to the inherent truth and your path, the path of your own soul, the path that resonates with your heart's deepest desires and your soul's true purpose, true love, unconditional love. Practicing unconditional love has not been easy for you, but at the same time you enjoy it. You are marveling at it right now, because what you're feeling. Yesterday in the live session, someone said something very nice. In Hindi it was written कि बाहर सब गोलमाल है but अंदर सब amazing है, which means that in the outside reality everything may seem wrong, but in the inside world you feel very peaceful, you feel very loved, you feel very relaxed. You know that the path of your soul, the path of unconditional love, the path of forgiveness, this is your true path. You want to embrace this reality. You don't want to be bogged down by what's pulling you in. But still, there are days where you get trapped into it. Maybe it's a disease, maybe it's a pain, maybe it's a financial issue that keeps coming back. It feels like everything will be okay and now it will never bother you, but again it comes back. It's almost like you're playing with the addiction. Say you should not be eating too much sweet, okay, or too much outside food or too much junk or processed food. But it is so attractive, the packaging, the alluring of everything. Everything is happening in such a way that there are days when you go like, okay, so what if I'm going to have this or that? But you're not having it only once. You do it, you're caught in it. You keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it, and one day it crashes. One day you have like the worst pain in your head, or maybe it's the attraction towards having the greatest body or anything external. So you're working out way too much and your body is in so much pain, because all of these things that you see in the external reality, which are not actually soulful but more about the body, there is a subtle difference between it. Sometimes it actually looks like the same thing. So you are talking about fitness, but you don't know when suddenly from talking about fitness it becomes about body attachment, body's beauty, body's attraction, body's sensuality, sexuality. It's like a thin line. When you cross it, you don't realize. And after you've crossed it and you're on the opposite side, you go like, oh my God, what am I doing? What's happening to me? And in today's world, there are all these applications, Facebook, Instagram, especially Twitter, all these applications. We are not going to include YouTube in it because YouTube is doing equal amount of work. It's like planet Earth now, it has good and bad both. But it's really helping a lot of people who are looking to research or looking for stuff via their intuition. With your intuition and with your template, you can search anything, you can be anywhere. And if you don't believe it, you should just pick up anybody's phone randomly and look at their feed. You will be shocked to see that everybody's feed is absolutely different, and your feed will always stand out, because the stuff that you are looking at, the content that you're looking at, probably very few in your reality would be looking at it. So you are actually quite unique in the algorithm also. So Instagram is all about like me, like me, like me. There was a time when I was thinking that I should also make Instagram more prominent, and just my example I'm sharing with you guys. But I realized that the whole day then goes in watching reels. You are just watching reels non-stop. Your finger doesn't stop. It's insane. It's bizarre. It's crazy. And either it's the feed, the Google feed, or the main page. The Facebook feed is called feed for a reason, because it's like food. It's feeding you. It's feeding you and taking your energy, sucking out all your energy. Twitter is all about angry people throwing frustrations, complaints. And you see so many companies who are very strong in the materialistic reality, they all take it too seriously. If you call up the customer service and you ask them to fix a problem, they'll probably take 2 days. But if you put a complaint on Twitter and you tag everybody, suddenly everybody is in action. But then that is the 3D world. In your reality, in 5D reality, you don't have to really entangle into the 3D things. You don't have to touch the external world. You just have to fix everything inside of you. And about love, about relationships, it's the same thing. If you're in love with someone, okay, and you're also on the spiritual path, and that person is giving you a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges, it's like you're playing a game of runner and chaser with them all the time. Sometimes you feel that they are too secretive, they don't come across clean to you. Sometimes you feel that they are manipulating you. Sometimes you feel that they're playing games with you, but actually the person in the opposite side is equally wounded, or they're equally healed. It's kind of the same thing. They have their own struggles, they have their own challenges. And by now you're not attracting people who are too interested in the physical reality also. Though it is also important to have the balance of presence, of love, of action-oriented things. It cannot just be backed by words. So everything, my dear friends, is about balance. So all in all, this is the type of energy that I'm picking on for the collective, for people who are pretty much advanced in their journey now. They also feel this conflict because there is a certain pain they feel. There is a pain of comparison, obviously, it's there. It's not easy to deal with it. It's not easy to deal with the expectations and the responsibilities at the same time. Just because you cannot do anything wrong, you cannot make money by wrong means, or you cannot be so flashy, you cannot be so showing off stuff, you do feel sometimes bad that, why am I in all these lacks and limitations? If you are feeling this way, then I must tell you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. This feeling is not going to continue. The main reason that I'm doing this collective reading is to let you know that this is a temporary feeling. This is not a permanent feeling. It's just a test. It's just a weak moment. And everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be fine. Just have some patience. Just have some faith. You will actually get everything, and you will get it in the right way. You will get it the way you're supposed to get it. It will happen to you in the right way. Remember the words of your masters. Remember the word of source. Remember the word of love. Remember who you are. You are a soul. You are beautiful, pure, divine. And you are nurturing. And you also provide. You take care of everyone. You're a good person. Overall, you're a good person. Okay? Yes, your own people sometimes don't understand you. Yes, sometimes you feel you are being played upon. Sometimes you sense their heaviness, the heaviness of their energy. You can see that they are trying hard too. Like on their side, at their end, they are not happy either. If you sit and talk to people for a good number of hours, you will feel drained for sure, but you'll also see how unhappy they are, and that's why you feel drained. And for you to cling on to those people who are clinging on to everything else around them doesn't suit you. So whatever age you are, whatever amount of money you earn, whatever problems you are facing, these are things in the external reality. It's the work of devil to make you feel bad, to give you suicidal thoughts, to make you negative, to make you hate your life, to make you hate yourself, to look at yourself in the mirror and then look at all the flaws and not look at all the gifts you have. This is the act, or this is the work of the devil. And the devil is obviously going to work via your own addiction patterns. You being in such pure energies, you need to make sure that you eat the right food, you sleep on time. Your sleeping cycle has a big impact on your life. Your sleeping cycle has such a big role to play, but people underestimate it, people ignore it, people don't realize it. When you are waking up like a yogi, then you will feel like a yogi. If you're gonna wake up late, if you're gonna sleep till late, if you're gonna watch a lot of nonsense content, if you're gonna live like everybody else is living, you will feel like them. And this is how they feel. No matter how beautiful it is from the outside, it is all codependencies that they have. You are very lucky to be on this path. So you have to get out of the temptations. You have to get into a proper schedule, a proper routine. And most importantly, you have to stop worrying about money. You have to stop worrying about finances. You have to stop worrying about paying your bills, because this is one of the biggest things that puts you down. And trust me, when you do it without worrying, you will do the same things. You will do the same job. You will do the same activities. You will make the money in the same way. But because it would be worry less or worry free, it will have more value. It will make you feel better. So you are gifted, you are talented, you are able, you are smart, you are amazing. Just remember this, and remember also that all of these qualities come from your soul and not from the body. The body is temporary. The body is always going to put fear. Do you think a 19-year-old doesn't have fears? I remember when I was 19-year-old, I was so scared of the pimples. I remember I had so many pimples once. Like there was a phase, and I was always doing something to hide those pimples. Like they should just go away. Now maybe the pimples are replaced with something else. Okay, but something is always there. In all age groups, something is always there. At that time, when you're in your teens or in your 20s, early 20s, you are all about, oh my God, I should be acceptable by people in my college or in my school. And how will they accept you? If you get drunk with them, if you party with them, if you make boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever they tell you to do. If you are in bad company, you have to be acceptable. You have to dress up like them. There's a phase of dressing up like a goth. There's a phase where you're dressing up like an emo person. You may not be that emo. You may not be that goth. But you're doing it because everybody around you is doing it. Everybody in that age group wants to go into the darkness, because the dark is very attractive. Because all their childhood, parents have been telling them, be good, be good, be good. They're going to the temple, they're going to this, they're going to that. But that area, the dark area, is what they don't know. It's the unknown, guarded and hidden territory. So they want to pounce into it as soon as they get the opportunity. And then after doing everything, you want to come back to the path of light. In fact, you realize that those people who were guarding you not because they cared about your soul. They only cared about you making a lot of money and you bringing name and fame or something to them. So they are also guarding their ego, and they know, by that age, they know that there are certain bad habits, they are time wasters. But they are also doing it from the perspective of the 3D reality, not the 5D reality. And this is the reason why there is distortion, and the reason why people who are in the starseed journey or the twin flame journey, they don't age like other people, or they don't act like other people of the society, is because when they were into the darkness, they were not seeing the darkness like it is darkness, because they were already battling with darkness. Nobody knew that they were abused. Nobody knew that they were bullied. Nobody knew that they had a lot of hidden secrets, and those were the actual dark things that they had witnessed. So for them, certain bad habits or certain people from the bad company or the bad world, the dark world, were not really that bad, because they were already in so much pain. So you know what I'm trying to say, right? If you understand, if you resonate, then please do comment. You can also share your story. So it is natural to seek solutions. It is natural to take actions. It is also natural to sometimes be in fear, sometimes, okay? So this channeling is not telling you that it's wrong to be in fears. It's wrong to be sometimes in bad habits, doing something wrong on and off. It's not wrong. It's not wrong to be sad, because everyone gets sad. The winner is the person who knows, they acknowledge that yes, I am sad right now, yes, I have fear of aging, fear of society, fear of money, fear of, I don't know, body, all kinds of fear, okay? And this word aging might be triggering people who are probably a little bit elderly or a little bit in that other bracket, but people who are younger, they are also equally triggered by age. Because of the age factor, they are going through a lot of pressures of job while they see the spiritual path, pressure of getting married while they see, you know, they are already married to their purpose or to their mission, or some other pressures are there, you know, caste, creed, this, that. So everybody has certain pressures. It's just that when you are in those pressures, you feel like you are under a very big burden while others are not. So let's all give love to each other. All of you who are listening, please mark yourself present. Please mention where you're from. And let's give out love to one another. Let's take a stand for one another over here in our small little way that we can contribute. Because once you're healed, you will heal your ecosystem and you will heal the planet. So continue on your soul path. It's okay to be going through whatever you're going through. I understand it's not easy on certain days. But you also know that there is a bond of love that you feel, that is your anchor. And that keeps you rooted in the truth of your divine essence. And that is keeping you rooted or wanting to be rooted in the present moment. Because in the here and now, everything is fine. So yes, to all of those people who are in polarized energies and all of those people who are in blended energies, all the very best and keep enjoying the journey. I will see you soon in another one. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.